ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यन्नित्यमनन्तमनन्तमेकं शिवेति नाम्ना श्रुतयो गृह्णन्ति तस्यावतारो नररूपधारी कृपासुधाब्धि भुवि रामकृष्णः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। यस्यात्मभूतस्य गुरोः प्रसादात् अहं विमुक्तोऽस्मि शरीरबन्धात्। सर्वोपदेष्टुः पुरुषोत्तमस्य तस्याङ्घ्रियुग्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। Moksha, which is the ultimate goal of every spiritual seeker, must be a nityam. The freedom, the spiritual freedom must be nityam, must be a permanent one. And when we ask whether the moksha is attainable, if it is attainable, in what sense it is attainable? Is it attainable as a result of a sadhana, or is it attainable by knowledge? What is the difference between these two types of attainments? If it is a result of any sadhana, the result is not available at present. During the time of sadhana, it is going to be a future affair, either after some years or after some births. That is the meaning of attainable as result. Another type of attainment is there, attainment through knowledge. Attainment through knowledge is possible only while struggling itself. If we have it, then only we can attain it by knowledge. I gave an example in the previous class. A mother is struggling to attain the necklace which she is already having on her neck, but still she has forgotten, she has not recognized its presence. Therefore she is searching here and there. Somebody comes and points out that it is there already. So attainment of moksha through knowledge means I must be that moksha vastu. I must be that entity which I am seeking for. That's what Vedanta says. In the vision of Vedanta, the seeker is the sought. That which you are seeking for, the love which you are seeking for, the peace you are seeking for, the freedom which you are seeking for, fortunately happen to be you yourself. This is the greatest revelation which is given in the Vedantic scripture in the form of Tattvamasi, Mahavakyam they call it. What it says, even though you are appearing to be a small, insignificant, a limited entity having lots of problems, having lot of wants, still, fortunately, from the standpoint of the substance, from the standpoint of the reality, you are infinite entity. Tad tvam asi. Aitadatmyam idagam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tatvamasi Shvetaketo. Tad tvam asi. Hey Shvetaketo. Shvetaketo is the name of a student. The teacher, Vedantic teacher says, that which is available in the form of this entire creation is nothing but your own manifestation. So you are everything. When this revelation is told by the teacher to the student, naturally the student doesn't accept it. It's a shock. Ashcharyavat pashyati kachyatenam. It's a shock. Me, the insignificant entity, you mean to say, my dear teacher? Me, the insignificant entity, happen to be the embodiment of happiness? Happen to be the embodiment of security, peace? You don't know about me. You are so innocent. You don't know about me. How much sin I have done. The very birth is because of sin. That's what everybody says. You did Papa, therefore you have come. Who said this? My own father told. Yen pirandai magane, yen pirandai. Why you have come? My dear child, why you are born? Maybe I might have done Papa, or my father might have done Papa. That's what I heard about myself. Even after going to the religious places, temples, people say, the priests say, come, I will give you prayaschitta karma for your Papa. Whenever we get suffering, we go to the temple, or we go to an astrologer. He appears to be a religious person. He says, yes, lot of Papa karma is there. Shani, Rahu, Ketu, all are troubling you. Why should they trouble me, Swami? Because you have done Papa. Why not my neighbor? Because he has done Punya. No, he is doing Papa now itself. I am seeing. I am so wonderful person, dharmic person. I never did any Papa. He is doing all akrama, but he is keeping well. But I have not done anything. But I am suffering. Why? No. Suffering is always because of Papa. Unless you did it, it will not come to you. He might have done some punya, therefore he is enjoying that. For the Papa which he is doing now, he will get back. Don't worry, you don't do Papa hereafter, but do prayaschitta for the Papa done in the previous Janma. So religious people seems to agree with my idea that I am a sinner. Already I know that I am sinner. Religion also accepts that I am a sinner. Suddenly, oh Vedantic teacher, you are so innocent. You don't know what is world. Therefore only you are telling me as God. Everybody told me as idiot, as a good for nothing fellow, as a cheat, as a liar. But you are so innocent, you are telling me as God. When the student talks like this, teacher says, yes, in spite of all these things, still I can say that you are infinite entity. Tadu tvam asi. Once you understand this, your entire life is going to be a free life. All your judgments, all your opinions about yourself, all are from a particular standpoint. From the standpoint of your actions, you may be a sinner. From the standpoint of the body, you may be a limited entity. From the standpoint of the intellect, you may be idiot. But from the standpoint of your real nature, you are God. So that is the revelation Vedanta repeatedly asserts through Guru Parampara. Anywhere you go in this Guru Parampara, whether it is Kedarnath or Badrinath, or you go to the Kanyakumari, wherever this Vedantic Guru Parampara is there, they will tell, whatever you may be, you are nothing but divinity. Even this Guru Parampara goes out of this country to a new culture, to an alien culture, where ideas of Papa is full in the society. To that society also, when this Vedantic teacher goes, he has to say, each soul is potentially divine. We have to manifest it. Who told this? Swami Vivekananda. It is a sin to call a man as a sinner. What he says? It is a sin to call a man as a sinner. It is a standing libel on the humanity. When entire Vedantic Shastra repeatedly asserts Srinvant Vishve Amritasya Putra Aye Dhamani Divyani Tatsu. When the entire Vedantic scriptures repeatedly asserts you are the child of the immortal entity, immortal divinity, how can we label a person, an individual, as a sinner? Therefore, the quicker we understand this revelation, the quicker will be the freedom. All the scriptures repeatedly assert this. Now I am going to quote from all the Upanishads. Not only from Upanishads, from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita. All the Upanishads unanimously says this one point. Whether it deals with the idea of creation or the creator or not, it deals with the seeker and his reality. In the last class, I quoted one mantra from Ishavasya Upanishad and I told I will continue in the next class. So far, only a summary of the previous classes, because some of you may be new to this class. Therefore, எங்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறார் எங்க விட்டார்னே தெரியலையே என்னவோ அப்படின்ற மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது இல்லையா? Therefore, today we will see mantras from all the Upanishads. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha tatra ko mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Ishavasya Upanishad. How can he be a sorrowful one? How can he be an idiot? How can he be a deluded one? Tatra ko mohaha. Where is the possibility of delusion? Where is the possibility of sorrow? To whom? To a person, yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut. To whom the entire creation and its living beings become first person singular. Generally, what is our judgment about the creation? This 5.6 inches body is I, and other than this, everything is he, she, it. Shastra says there is nothing called he, she, it. There is no second person singular plural, there is no third person singular plural. In reality, Atmaiva Abhut. For whom there is no second person and third person, for whom the entire creation has become first person singular. That means what? One who has understood this revelation that Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma Tad Brahma Ahamasmi. Keno Upanishad. Pratibodha viditam madam amrutatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amrutam. Vidyaya amrutam vindate. Vidyaya mokshaha vindate. Mokshaha is attained by vidya, by knowledge. What knowledge? Not physics and chemistry knowledge. What knowledge? Pratibodha viditam madam. That knowledge which is revealing itself that I am in every experience. There is a tambura shruti in all our thought process. In the previous class I might have told you, you may remember, that anything you say or think will have the word called I. This is Mike. Apparently there is no word called I, correct? This is Mike. But in that statement also there is a word called I. I know this is Mike. I see this is Mike. So the I is there. Aham, aham, aham. Pratibodham. Pratibodham means bodham, bodham, prati. In every thought, in every statement we utter, in every action, we have this tambura, aham, aham, aham. That infinite entity, not only available as creation, it is available as yourself. One who has known this fact. Pratibodham viditam matam. It is the fact. Amrutatvam hi vindate. Atmana vindate viryam. If you say you are sorrowful, get this knowledge. You will not have sorrow. If you say I am deluded, you get this knowledge. You will not have delusion. If you say I am weak, you get this knowledge. You will not be weak. Then Kathopanishad. Nityo nityanam chetanash chetananam eko bahunam yo vidhatati kaman tam atmastam ye anupashyanti dhira tesham shantihi shashvati na idaresham. What a statement it is. It comes as a what you call a shapa type. For them alone shanti, not for others. For them alone shantihi. Shanti means, peace. Amaidi in Tamil. Everyone wants that. Everything is there, Swami, but there is no peace. Neither inside the mind, nor inside the house, nor in the society, nor in the nation. Everywhere quarrel, quarrel, quarrel. And it seems to come at one particular time, and next moment it disappears. When I take ice cream, I scream with joy. But afterwards, I scream with sorrow, with throat pain. So Shanti can never come. That's why Upanishad says, Shashvati Shantihi. You may get small Shanti, small happiness, joy, peace by sensory perceptions. People can make money out of that, your sensational nature. Media can make money. But if you are particular about gaining something which is permanent, Shanti, you should get this knowledge. Nityo anityanam. Anityanam namarupanam madhye nityaha. Anything and everything comes in our life in the form of name and form. Suddenly someone introduces, I am your mother. Then I am your father. Then I am your brother. Like that they come and introduce themselves to us. Like a person introduces himself. In travel, train journey, we enter the train. We don't know who is what. So they introduce. Hi. Like that, everyone introduces. We find some are okay, some are so-so, some are very good, some are very horrible, terrible. So we manage the travel. And we want to be with good people. And we share biscuits and coffees. And suddenly he says, okay sir, bye. What? You are going? Yes, I have to get down. I have to get down. Sir, you are so loving, you are getting down. Hey, I entered the train to get down. Similarly, in our life also, people come and introduce themselves. I am your mother, father, brother. Then suddenly we see they have gone without even telling. At least train, the traveler in train, say hi, bye. But suddenly we see here, father says, don't worry, I will protect you. Tomorrow morning, he is not getting up also. Papa, get up, get up. Husband says, don't worry, whole life I will protect you. That is the sign. I tie a Mangalya Sutra. That is the promise I have given to you. Whenever you see that, you find that my promise. Whether it is in the form of Mangalya Sutra or a ring or some signature, that is a promise I give. And he goes he gets sickness and he is admitted and he is lying down in emergency ward and the wife cries, why do you there? Whether you will be going, don't worry, I will be here. Adadri, Pomata. He says, don't worry, don't cry, I will not go. As even he says, he goes away. So, Nityaha Anityanam Kaha. Please tell, who is that entity which is eternal among the ephemerals? Nityo Nityana. Chetanash Chetanana. There are living beings and living beings. Everywhere varieties of living beings. In the form of humans, animals, or human animals, or animal humans. Varieties. Among all the living beings, there is one entity which is in the form of life. Chetanaha Chetanana. Life. Without that particular principle called life, that living being will be called as dead body. Up to yesterday, that living being was called father, husband. Today, that life principle has disappeared from that living being. So today, nobody goes and says to him, "Sir, please get up. Thukupa, naatha adikude. Take it, take him." Up to yesterday, take him. Even when he was a sick person, he was addressed as, "Please take him." Now, take it. Chetanas Chetanana. Eko Bahuna. Bahuna Madhye. Among many things, Ekaha. Karanaha. Eko Bahuna. Yo Vidatati Kaman. One who fulfills all desires of all living beings. Venkatachalapati. He doesn't see whether you are dharmic or dharmic, whether you are cheated or not cheated. When you go to Venkatachalapati, Bhagavan says, whatever desire you have, okay, you will get it, don't worry. Eko Bahuna Yo Vidhatati Kaman. Who is that entity? Who is that entity? Tam Atmastam. It is you, your real nature. Tam Atmastam. Why I have not understood so far? Here and there I ran trying to find out. Shastra says, Dhiraha alone can find him. Adhiraha means ignorant people. Dhiraha means wise men. What we call intelligent people alone. Tam Atmastam ye anupashyanti dhira. One who sees that inner essence of oneself is called intelligent person. Anupashyanti Shastram Acharya Vakyam Anupashyanti. You cannot see by yourself. You should go for a person who already sees it and get this knowledge from him. Ye Anupashyanti Dhira. For him, Desham Shantihi Shashwati. For him alone, eternal peace. Na itaresham, not for others. Double guaranteed. Not for others. Then another Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. Bhidyate hridaya grantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Paravare drishte sati. Paravara means that Atma Tattva. If anybody has seen that, what is the benefit? Vidyante hridaya grantihi. There is a knot in our heart, creating lot of problems. What is that knot? Impossible knot is there. See, can you imagine an elephant and a mouse getting married? Imagine. An elephant and a mouse getting married. Can you imagine? Can they tie knot? Can they unite? No. But here we have done such a marriage between Atma and Anatma, between all-pervasive entity and a small body. I am is all-pervasive. If I stop I am, I find myself as a happy person. And if I add so and so, gone. Who are you? I am so and so. Ayyo pochi, pav. I am this much only. So there is a marriage between Atma, Chaitanam, and body, Achetanam. Body is a dead matter, it cannot say I. Chetanam also doesn't have mouth to say that I. Who says I? Who says I? Chetanam is all-pervasive entity. It cannot say I. Body is a dead matter. That also cannot say I. If body can say I, so dead body will ask, please give me coffee. Whole night you fellows are crying. I heard this. I got a headache, therefore I want coffee. So dead body should ask coffee, if it can say I. Or if Chetana Vastu, all-pervasive entity, can say I, who is there to hear that word I? There is no second entity at all. When something is all-pervasive, there is no second entity. So that also cannot be heard. Who says I? When marriage happens to these entirely different entities, impossible marriage it is, but happens. That is called Grantihi. So how to get rid of that Granthi? By Islamic diverse method. Talaq, talaq, talaq. My Acharya Swamiji used to tell. Talaq, talaq, talaq. First talaq from Sthula Sharira. I am not this, talaq. Second talaq to the mind, Sukshma Sharira. Third talaq to the Karana Sharira. So 3 talaqs you have to tell. If at all you have told this, you have diverged yourself from Karana Sharira, Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira, then you are a person for whom there is no Grantihi. Bhidyate Hridaya Grantihi. Bhedana means what? That knots of the heart is untied. Chidhyante sarva samshayaha. All the doubts have vanished. So many doubts. About the past, why it happened. About the present, why it is happening. About the future, what will happen. About my condition. About others, why this fellow is behaving like this. Swamiji, I thought she will be my life partner. But she want to be partner of, or he want to be partner of, my asset, flat. He or she says, you write that asset in my name also. Hey, you married me? Yes, I married you. Therefore only I ask you. So, Shastra says, you don't know about the past, you don't know about the future, about the present also you don't know. Everywhere doubt, about every person doubt, about every situation doubt, all the doubts will go off. Kshiyante cha asya karmani. All the papa karmas and punya karmas is destroyed. When tasmin drishte paravare. This is from Mundaka Upanishad. Then Mandukya Upanishad. Amatra chaturto avyavaharyaha prapanchopashamaha Shivaha advaitaha evam onkaraha atmaiva samvishanti atmana atmanam ya evam veda. One who knows that I am that entity which is described as Atma in the scriptures, as Chetana Vastu, as eternal, all-pervasive entity, he alone is free. Then in Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma Vid apnoti param. One who knows that entity attains the highest. Not ordinary flat, ordinary cash balance, bank balance or cash balance. Highest. Brahma Vid apnoti param. What is that param? What is highest in our life? Please tell. What is highest in our life? Shanti. Anandaha. Correct? Everything we do in our life is for the sake of Ananda. Therefore, this Upanishad says, Anandam Brahmano Vidwan Na Bibeti Kutascha Neti Etagam Havavana Tapati Kimaham Sadhuna Karavam Kimaham Papam Akaravam Iti. Everyone runs after this Ananda, but it is never at our reach. Whenever we are free, instead of getting happiness, we get 2 things. One is sorrow, another is worry. Kimaham sadhuna karavam. Why I have not done good things in life? Kimaham papam akaravam iti. Guilt consciousness. Why I have done this? Na bibedi kutascha neti. Because of that, I get fear. Shastra says, one who knows this, he will be free from fear and guilt. Is it only a freedom from fear and guilt? No. Positive aspect you will get. What is that positive aspect? Positively you will be a happy person. Etamanandamayam atmanam upasankramya iman lokan kamanni kamarupyan sancharan etat samagayan aste ha hu ahamannam ahamannadaha ahagga shloka krit. This Upanishad imitates that happy person. He roams wherever he wants, he goes with a joyful. As a joyful person with full of happiness and purnatva, he sings a song. Ha hu. Generally in our life, what song comes? Ayo. So Taittiriya Upanishad says, do you want freedom from bhaya? Do you want freedom from shoka? Or do you want to be happy, a joyful person, having duet songs, not with anyone else, but with yourself? All other duet songs is possible only in cinema. In real life, there is no duet song at all. In cinema only you can see whenever people love, a girl or a boy love each other, immediately the cinema wala will show that some 100 people will dance behind, and this fellow will be immediately transported to Himalayas or Kashmir, where a lot of bombs are going on. There, this fellow will be transported, and this boy or girl, young boy, adult boy sees, love means duets. Love means duets. So the girl comes and asks mother, Mummy, do you love my father? Why dear? Why this question? No, I want to know an answer. Do you love my father? Yes, my dear, I love your father. Not only I love your father, I love your father only. Why you are asking? Okay, how many duet songs you sang? Not a single. No duet song? Really? Last 20 years? Never. Then how you can say you loved my father? The adult asks. Then mother says, duet songs are possible only in cinema, not in real life. In real life, what is the song? Ayo. Even after 20 years, this mother will tell, Ungala kattigini ennathathaan kanden. What I got after marrying you? She got already 3 children. That means what? Ayo. Even if when electricity goes, this fellow cries, Ayo. Krishna and Solla, he can say Krishna, Rama, Govinda. It will not come. Ayo only will come. Shastra says, if you want to stop Ayo, to get rid of this Ayo, what should you know? You have to know the Lord. Know yourself as the Lord. Then, Aitreya Upanishad. Sa etena prajnena atmana asma loka utkramya amushmin swarge loke sarvan kaman aptva amritaha samabhavat. These are all grand mantras. Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written pages after pages for these mantras as commentaries. Just I am giving a small, tidbits. So this Upanishad says, one who has known this fact, after the death of this body, there is no rebirth. Where he will be everywhere. Then Chandogya Upanishad. A student comes. Who was the student, you know? Narada. Narada Rishi was the student. He comes. Please teach me. The teacher asks, hey, what is this? You should know what you know and you should know what you don't know. Then I will teach what you don't know. Please tell, what is your qualification? Narada Rishi says, all the 4 Vedas I have studied, okay, then Nakshatra Vidya, okay, Jyotisham, all departments of knowledge which were available in Vedic time was listed as the qualification of Naradji. Then the teacher asks, then what is there extra to learn? Then Narada says, I am not happy. Soham Bhagavaha Shochami. Such an intelligent, erudite, varieties of PhD holder, such a person, Narada, Saha Aham, such a erudite, intelligent and degree holder, Narada, me, Hey Bhagavan, Shochami, I am sorrowful. Then the teacher says, put all your degrees in the trash box. Useless it is. Because if you know that which has to be known, Tarati Shokam Atmavit. Atmavidi Chet, if you know yourself, then Shokam Tarati. What is the use of education which doesn't remove our sorrow? Katradanal Aya Payanenkol Valarivan Natral Torar Enin. Thiruvalluvar says, what is the use of your education? No, sir, I got PhD. Okay, you got PhD. What is the use? You tell. Sir, job I got. Okay, you got job. What is the use? Money I got. Okay, what is the use? House I built. Okay, what is the use? I got married. Okay, what is the use? Okay, what is the use? What is the use? What is the meaning of use? Are you happy? Seeing my face, you should not ask this question. This much you should not taunt me. See my face, how much I am suffering. You should not ask this. Then Aya Payanan, what is the use? Therefore, Tarati Shokam Atma Viditi, Soham Bhagavaha Shochami, Tamma Bhagavan Shokasya Param Tarayatu. What a request from the student. He says, such an intelligent and successful person, not able to be happy, suffering from sorrow. Please take me to the shore of the ocean called sorrow. Then Acharya says, that is possible only when you become a Atmavan. Evam Vijanan Atmaratihi Atmakridaha Atmamitunaha Atmanandaha Saswarad Bhavati. You want to be master to yourself? Without anybody's trouble? Yes, know this. You want to be Atma Kridaha, Atma Ratihi, Ananda Swarupaha? Yes, you know this. Then Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayam asmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusvanjare. Desiring whom for whose sake he will run after the sense pleasures. What a statement it is. Whole life, our life is what? Kavo, piyo. Kavo, piyo. Then third one. Maja karo nahi, cry karo. Kavo, piyo, cry karo. That's all. Whole life. So here Shastra says, you will be free from all desires. Kimichan kasya kamaya. Then, ya evam veda aham brahmasmi iti saha idagam sarvam bhavati tasya na devascha na abhutya ishate atma hi esham saha bhavati. We are afraid of varieties of devatas. Whenever this Shani Graha changes, yearly once it changes, lot of money for temple people and priests. Lot of fear for devotees. We are afraid of so many devatas. So you want to get rid of this fear of devatas? Know this. What you should know? Aham Brahmasmi. You should know, I am infinite. Then Kaivalya Upanishad. Sarvabhutastamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani sampashyan brahma paramam yati nanyena hetuna. Na anyena hetuna yati. No other means to get this infinite freedom other than knowing that sarvabhutastam atmanam. I am all. I am everything. I am infinite. Then Shvetashvatara Upanishad. All the 10 Upanishads I have quoted. Eko hamsaha bhavanasya asya madhye sa ekagnihi salile sannivishtaha tameva viditva atimrutyumeti na anyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other way to get rid of the shoka. The shoka which is in the form of mrityu bhayam. Atimrutyumeti tameva viditva adimrutyumeti. You want to get rid of the fear of death? It is possible only when you know your real nature. Then Purusha Suktam. Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasah parastad tamevam vidvan amrita iha bhavati nanya pantha vidyate yanaya. Na anya pantha ayanaya vidyate. No other way. All doors are closed. If you are in search after this Purnatvam, this infinitude, that freedom from all wants, all limitations, you should know Mahantam Purusham Veda. Mahantam Purusham. You know Alpa Purusham. 5 feet 6 inches. Biodata Purusham. CV Purusha. CV Purusha we know. Name so and so. Sanna so and so. Born so and so. Next column, if there is a question, dying, which date we will put? Not known. But we will, yes. So CV Purusha we know. CV Purusha means what? Alpa Purusha we know. Shastra says, Mahantam Purusham one should know. What is that Mahantam Purusham? Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastha. That which is beyond your ignorance. So Upanishad and Suktas. So far from Veda. Now from Smriti Shastra. Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, both are Smriti Shastra. Commentaries of Vedic teachings. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, when Arjuna surrenders to him, Karpanyatosho pahata svabhavaha prichami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashe yasyan nichitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Oh Lord, I surrender to you. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. But one thing I know, I am immersed in Karpanya dosha, in sorrow. Please protect me. Tvam prapannam. I surrender to you. Please protect me. Bhagavan says, Ashocyananvashocastvam prajnavadamcha bhashase gatasun akatansuncha na anushocanti pandita. Arjuna, so far you talked like intelligent person. Suddenly you are crying now. Intelligent people don't cry. Krishna was very, very mischievous. He says, intelligent people don't cry. You talk like intelligent. That means what? And cry. You talk like intelligent and cry. Intelligent people don't cry. That means what? You are so and so. You are not intelligent. So how to get rid of this sorrow? Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikarjoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam Nanu shochitum arhasi. You don't deserve crying. Why? Entire Vamsha is going to be destroyed. Still you don't deserve sorrow. Na anushochitum arhasi. Why? How can he say that all are going to die? Nobody is going to die. No, I am going to kill. You are going to kill only their body. Avyaktoyam, achintyoyam, avikaryoyam. It can never be killed. It is avyakta vastu, avikara vastu. Evam viditva na anushochitum arhasi. Yajñātvā na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandava. One who knows his own eternal nature, punaha moham evam yasyasi. Such a grand Arjuna. You imagine a prime minister of the country having declared war against an enemy country. Suddenly he goes to hospital and says, I am afraid. I am afraid. Some psychological fear is there. What will happen? I don't know. Then the doctor, ordinary doctor means, okay sir, come, I will give you glucose. Like that he will put the person in an emergency ward. But here, the doctor was Bhagavan, fortunately. So he gives such a glucose. The reality, glucose called a knowledge about reality. He says, Yajñātvā na punarmoham. Like this you have confused yourself and try to confuse me. That will never happen in your life if you know the truth. You want to be master in this world? Ihaivatayat jitas sargaha yesham samye sitam manaha. One whose mind is established in this truth, in the reality, in the samavastu. Ihaiva taihi sargaha jitaha. Here and now they have conquered the life. No, I am not bothered about conquering this, that. Is there any profit? Yam labdva cha aparam labham na adhikam manyate tataha. Having gained, you will never find any other gain as the greatest one than this gain. That's why we find a story in our Alexander's life. A Mahatma, without even dress, he was nicely lying down on the bank of the Ganga, enjoying the sunlight, early morning sunlight, when everybody was afraid of this atrocious, that foreign king Alexander. This Mahatma never bothered. Seeing him, this Alexander asked, hey, don't you have fear? No, why should I fear? No, I am Alexander the Great. Who gave this degree to you? I am lying down that I am great. This Mahatma was lying down with the idea, I am great. I am great means what? I am everything. Great means what? I am everything, biggest. Who gave this degree? He asked. Alexander told, I only added. I only added. You don't deserve it. You don't have fear? No, why should I fear? I will kill you. That is the biggest lie you can tell. Really, I can kill you. I say, that is the biggest lie. You can never kill me. I cannot be killed. You can kill my body. Alexander got, what? Kill your body, but not you? That means? He got confused. Then immediately he remembered his teacher. His teacher told, hey, you are going to India, be careful. Because nobody came back as they are. Either they became sannyasins and stayed here itself, or they got converted culturally and went back. That's why you see, entire Western world is full of Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. 6.5, 7 feet, white colored brothers of the other culture now full of shika. Our fellows are afraid of putting shika. Shika means the tuft. Our boys are going behind Western culture. Those people from Western culture, they come here, then they shave their head and tuft, small tuft, they keep like a Brahmin boy and full big nama everywhere. Then they jump with joy, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. So like that his teacher told, Alexander, be careful. If possible, bring someone who is wise. That land is full of wise people. Then he thought, this may be because a person whose speech I cannot understand must be intelligent. Alexander thinks, he speaks something, but still I cannot understand. So he must be wise. Now you all think, Swami is go on speaking, but nothing is solrar Swami. Something he is telling, as though we are able to understand, then immediately as we go out, we forget. That's what Vedantic language. It appears as though we understand. Just we put on our chappal, mind will tell, nice. What nice? They come and tell to me also, Swamiji, it is nice. What nice? No, very nice. That only I ask, what you understood, please tell. Oh, very nice, Swami. So Alexander also thought, because he speaks something which I don't understand, he must be a wise man. Please come to my nation, he asks. Why? I will take care of you. Then I will feed you like anything. I will keep you very happy. How now I am? How you say? You are happy now also. Okay, why you are calling me? I will not come. No, I will kill you if you don't come. Already I told you, this is the biggest lie. You cannot kill me, you can kill my body. Then Alexander became a little humble. What can I do, sir? What service I can do? See, all the while I was happy, enjoying the morning sunlight, and you came in front of me and you are obstructing the sunlight. Just go this side, left side you go. That much. So, yam ladva cha param labham nadhikam manyate tataha. Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna was offered 10,000 rupees when his worldly salary for month, he was a pujari from the worldly sense. His salary was just 7 rupees. A person brought hot cash or cold cash. Hot cash means black money, cold cash means accounted money. He brought, what is this? 10,000 rupees. For what? That Sethji, first time hearing a person asking, for what this money? Money you are asking for what? For everything money only. No, I don't want. You imagine, when somebody offers you 118 years of salary, when somebody offers you 118 years salary, what you will do? All right, even if you are hesitating to take, what your spouse will do? Avaru kadakkarar neenga ulla vaanga. He doesn't know how to. Both of them refused. Both Sri Sarada Devi and Sri Ramakrishna both refused to take. Why? Yam ladva cha param lahapam na adhikam manyate. Having gained which, you don't consider anything worth of gaining. Okay, all these are all okay. Will I be the lover of Lord? Bhagavan says, Jnani alone can be the lover of God. Tesham jnani nityayuktaha eka bhaktir vishishyate priyohi jnanino atyartham aham sachamama priyaha udara sarvayevaite jnani tu atmaiva mematam. Bhagavan says, Jnani is the greatest devotee. All others are so devotees. Therefore, Gita, the teaching is what? The teaching is, if you are a man of wisdom, you will not have any samsara. Then Bhagavatam. Sarva bhuteshi yah pashyet bhagavat bhavam atmanaha bhutani bhagavati atmanyeva bhagavadottamaha. Who is the greatest Bhagavata Uttamaha? Who is the greatest devotee of the Lord? Sarva bhuteshu yah pashyet. One who sees himself in all. Sarva bhutani atmani. So, whether you take the Shruti or Smriti or Nyaya, logic. In the previous class, I dealt from the standpoint of logic. In this class, I have dealt the assertion that tad tvam asi from the standpoint of Shastra. In any standpoint, this is the fact that you are everything. The quicker you know this truth, you will be free from problems in life. Then we may have a question. However much you tell, we know ourselves, Swami. After 6:30 when we go out, If I go out, I am everything, aham brahmasmi, even my wife or husband will not believe it. And if I assert it, they will take me to Kilpakkam Mental Hospital. And you are telling that is the truth about me. How to depend this Shastra? This jobless, moneyless, possessionless, familyless rishis living in forest because of their deranged mind, they might have written all these things. So what is the proof that scripture says the truth about myself? This question can come even to a devotee or a Nastika. Answer we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Rama Krishnarpanamastu.